What gave you the idea for the personality perspective? How did that come about?
We had been working on a rig in Nigeria that was working for a large major oil company. They'd had a fatality a previous year. The next year, unfortunately, somebody got hurt one evening, had his fingers chopped off. They decided to fly him into town to get looked after. And unfortunately, the helicopter on the way into town crashed. The pilot died, co-pilot died, the person who got hurt died, and the person who was sent in to look after him died. And the operator shut the rig down and said, you're not going back to work until you can prove you can work incident-free. As you can imagine, under those circumstances, it's very, very trying. So I was sent over there to try and help out. I thought the oil company did a great job in actually shutting the operation down and refused to go back to work until we were able to prove we could work safely throughout the rest of the contract. And sitting with the crew one night, I'd already been looking at what were we missing. And the conversation came around. I literally got with the crew and asked them, so, but what are your strengths? What we used to call improvement opportunities? And actually, the other question I was asking is what motivates you? Because why would somebody put themselves in a situation where they could get hurt? And a gentleman called Kevin Bartow, he said, well, why don't you ask us the obvious question? And I said, what's that? He said, why don't you ask us how we can get hurt? And he said, well, you know me, Lewis, I'm a yellow blue. I can get hurt jumping in to help. And the minute he said that, he just started sending alarm bells off in my head, because we had somebody killed a couple of years earlier on another rig in the North Sea. Obviously, as it turned out, he was predominantly yellow blue, somebody else jumping in to help. And from there, that was enough for me. I said to Transocean, look, I want to start bringing this to a whole other level. And they said, well, we're not ready for it, but what we think you should do is start your own company, and we'll support you for the first 3 years and get you going. And they absolutely did. And here we are 20 years later to tell the tale.